today I'm going to be telling you what you wouldn't want to do in your relationship when you're having a feeling of jealousy or a feeling of suspiciousness against your partner. You wouldn't want to do any of these things I'm talking about because you'd want the best out of your relationship. And as a result of that, when you actually do these things, your relationship is not going to suffer. You're not going to jeopardize that good thing that you actually did have going on for you. Trust me, when we get into, like I always say, when we get into a relationship, it's because we love the person and we want to, spend whatever time we have with that person. If we are married, and for those of us who are dating, when we are dating somebody, and of course, we want the best out of this person, we want to do things that would actually, propel our relationship to that stage, which is marriage. You're welcome to another beautiful day with me, and my name is Obinje. I'm a relationship enthusiast and I create content on love, life, marriage, and basically everything that has to do with relationship. In my previous video, I talked about the various ways, 4 ways actually, that you could actually deal or handle suspicious behaviors in your relationship or jealousy in your relationship. This is more like a follow-up to that video. I'm going to be talking about the things that you wouldn't want to do if you're having any of these symptoms. Yes, actually, if you are actually demonstrating jealousy or suspicious behavior in your relationship, that's because while you want to be handling your relationship, you also want to be looking at the part of the things you wouldn't want to be doing. We are humans, and once in a while we get to overdo things. So when we are trying to do A, let's not go and overdo it and do A, B like that. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to be talking about 5 things that you wouldn't want to do when you're experiencing these, behavior or symptoms of jealousy or suspicious acts in your relationship. The first thing that you would not want to do in your relationship is that you don't want to overreact. Yeah, you wouldn't want to react. A number of us are drama kings and drama queens. Yes, just the thought of even thinking that something like this happens or is happening, we can overreact and blow up the situation. You get me? When you blow up the situation, your partner is actually going to be wondering, is this what we are talking about, or is this something else that I'm not aware of? You're going to leave the person a little bit confused as to what the problem is. So in a situation whereby you're having this notion, or you think your partner is actually cheating on you, or he or she is doing one kind of mischievous behavior that you can actually pinpoint your hand on, you do not want to overreact concerning the situation. The best you could do is to take your time to understand basically what is happening, so that you and your partner can actually sit down and talk about it. And in my previous video, I talked about communication. So a situation whereby you are communicating with your partner, try not and try as much as possible. I know it's going to be a little bit difficult, especially when all the adrenaline is pumping in your body. Try as much as possible not to blow this thing overboard. Try as much as possible not to overreact. At this point in time, your partner doesn't want you overreacting to something that could either be true or not true. You haven't even actually figured or come to terms with the reality that this thing is even true or not. So your overreacting is more or less adding more pepper to the injury. It's adding more it's like adding more coal to the fire. You're just going to overreact, and at the end of the day, you might just lose that good thing that you have going on for you. So try not to overreact. Try as much as possible to sit down and study the situation at hand. So the next thing you wouldn't want to do is go around informing basically everybody that you can. I get it. Some of us, when it comes to issues, we just can't zip it. We can't. We like to broadcast and talk about everything that is happening in our relationship, everything that's practically happening in our lives. We do not know where to draw the line. And so if we do not know where to draw the line, when there's a situation in our relationship like this, we do not know that whatever it is that's actually going on between my partner and I should remain closed doors. We start running around informing basically everyone that cares to listen that your partner is doing this, your partner is doing that. Remember, your partner is innocent till proven guilty. Yes. So when you take your partner to all these, mobile courts, courts that necessarily do not mean well for you and your partner, that do not mean well for your relationship. You're putting your relationship in harm's way. You're putting your relationship in danger. Majority of these people that you're running to left, right, and center to, tell them basically everything that is happening in your relationship don't mean well for you. As a matter of fact, they don't. Majority of them just can't wait to see that relationship that you have crumble. Most especially if that relationship is some relationship that people have been envying for the long time. So when you go around telling them things about your relationship, just know that you've actually opened the door for the devil to come into your relationship. Now, this is how it works. When you tell A something about your relationship, remember that A has his or her friends left, right, and center. So A has branches. It's like a tree. A has branches to that tree. So once you tell the message to A spreads it, and those other branches are spreading it. And every time you tell somebody something about your relationship, remember that they are going to remove from it and they are going to add. It's like subtraction and addition. At the end of the day, the funny part of the thing is that maybe somebody that heard that story from somebody that heard that story from somebody that heard that story from that person you told is going to come back and be telling you your own story. So you're going to be like, wow. Now this person is actually telling you the story, doesn't know that you are the originator of the story. He's going to be bringing it back to you, telling you something that you've told somebody. And the funny part, like I said, is that there's going to be some addition, there's going to be some subtraction. And just imagine if this gossip gets to your partner. How have you solved the situation? How have you been able to deal with the situation that you are faced with? So try as much as possible to not go around broadcasting whatever it is that is going on in your relationship. Like I said, your partner is innocent until he or she has been proven guilty. So zip it. Of course, when you're going through some situations in your relationship, situations that you can actually prove are true, there are certain people that you might want to invite into the know. Certain people, and these are people that you can regard their judgments, you can regard whatever solutions they give to your relationship problem. So don't go around broadcasting your problem to any who. The next thing you wouldn't want to do if you're having this feeling of jealousy in your relationship, or you're suspecting your partner of anything, is that you wouldn't want to go online looking for love. We live in a very digital era now. Basically every minute we are all on our phone and there are so many dating sites that creep up every night. So a situation whereby you're suspecting your partner and you don't talk about it, you don't deal with it. Some people actually go online looking for somebody who's going to while away their time. Now, that's cheating as far as I'm concerned. That's cheating. You haven't dealt with the issue that you're faced with in your relationship. Actually, that issue is just from your side, because your partner might not even know that there's actually something like this going on in your mind. So now you haven't talked about it with your partner, you haven't thrashed out the problem with your partner, and you think the best way you can deal with it, or to ease yourself of whatever pain you're going through, or clear your mind of that infidelity thought or that cheating thought. Because some of us, as much as we don't want to suspect our partners, we try as much as possible to just take it to the back of our mind and like no. So when you're taking that thing to the back of your mind, in my previous video I talked about trust. Now, so a situation whereby you're trying as much as possible to trust your partner by saving that thought of he or she actually cheating on you, or he or she doing one or two things that you just you're suspecting them of. So you're trying to push it to the back. Don't go online looking for somebody who is going to help you sieve it to the back and shift it to the back. You don't want to go online looking for somebody to fill that mental void that you're having at the moment. Don't go online looking for who is going to help you pamper the situation. A number of us are guilty of this. We have these problems with our partners and we've not dealt with it, or we just can't deal with the situation at the moment. The next thing you say, "Oh, you just need somebody to talk to," then you're going online looking for that somebody. You forget that that online you're going to, like I earlier said, is a dating site. You're going there, well, let's just assume you're going there with the mentality that you just need somebody to talk to. That person you're talking to is not coming online just looking for somebody to talk to. There's a reason why they created that site as a dating site, or whatever site it is you're going. There's a reason for that site. So when you go there with that ignorant behavior of yours that you just need somebody to talk to, or someone to just, an anonymous person to, release whatever it is you're going through, to help you clear your head from the mess you're going through. That person did not come online looking for who to help to clear his or her mess. That person is looking for a relationship. And you know how they say, it starts with hello, hi. And from hello, hi, it goes further. So try as much as possible when you're in this situation like this. Any way other than looking for somebody else to help you, take it to the back, do it, but don't do this. Don't go online looking for somebody who's going to help you to clear whatever situation it is that is going on through your head at that time. You wouldn't, because you're not going to like how it's going to end in the long run. So, like I was saying, another thing that you don't want to do when you're going through this phase is that you don't want to, pay back. Some of us are so wicked, damn wicked, that every little thing our partner does to us, or we imagine that our partner is doing to us, all we can just think of is that we want to pay back in their own point. We want to, let them feel the pain that we are feeling. Let them know just how it is that we are feeling. Honey, come on. You haven't actually even proven the fact that your partner, your wife, your husband is actually doing that thing that you think he or she is doing. You haven't proven it. And even if you did prove it, is retaliating the best form of solving the situation? After all, two wrongs can never make a right. So you don't want to pay back your partner in his or her point because you're feeling in this way. It's never in any way going to solve the situation. As a matter of fact, if you're married now, as a matter of fact, if your partner is cheating on you and you feel that the best way to retaliate is to cheat on her, I'm just sorry, because that relationship is not going to see the light of the day. Even if both of you are together for the longest period of time, you are going to be together but not together. You cannot pay back your partner tit for tat. No. Any relationship whereby there's a kind of retaliation or there's a kind of payback, trust me, it's not long before that relationship is going to crumble. It's not long before that relationship is going to be jeopardized, because at this point in time, there's no room for forgiveness. There's no room for letting go. It's just like, when you do me, I do you. God no go vex. Of course, God is going to be angry. Don't get too spiritual in this, okay? You're dealing with this kind of behavior, you're dealing with this kind of pain, and you know how it hurts. You know the pain you feel. You know how you cried every night to just imagine that your partner might be doing you or doing this to you. You know everything you went through. So if you genuinely love that person, you wouldn't want to be doing the same thing that your partner is doing to you. You wouldn't want that person to actually feel that pain of jealousy. You wouldn't want that person to start actually going through that feeling of, is he or she doing this? You wouldn't want to turn your partner into a private investigator, would you? Nobody would want to. I wouldn't want to turn my partner into a private investigator simply because I want to retaliate back to what I thought he was doing to me. I would not want to put my partner in that space, in that state of having to feel jealous by my actions, by my words, or by the things that I'm doing if I am in a situation like this. So another thing, which is actually the last for me, but not the least of things that you wouldn't want to be doing when you're actually feeling jealous or suspicious of your partner, is that I wouldn't want to ignore the situation at hand. In my first video, I talked about, dealing with or ways to handle your behavior if you are actually suspecting your partner of cheating on you, or you are actually jealous of your partner. And I talked about a situation whereby, you'd want to, deal with it. You want to accept and recognize that there's actually some kind of problem going on, a problem whereby I am feeling jealous, I am feeling a bit like a private investigator, all that sort. So you don't want to ignore the situation. This is as regards to that. A lot of people tend to, ignore the situation at hand. A lot of people try not to, recognize that there's something like this going on. They don't even want to accept it. They live in some kind of self-denial. You wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to be living in self-denial, and by the time you wake up to the reality of the situation, it hits you bam like this. You wouldn't want to do that. So I know at times it's painful to, actually come to the reality that something like this might be happening. But the earlier the better. You're just, accepting and, recognizing it might just be the lifesaver of your relationship. It might just be what your relationship needs. There are some partners that might not necessarily be cheating on you. It's just some little harmless play, fun that they might be having with somebody somewhere. But the truth is that you are not comfortable with it. So it would need your attention to call your partner to order. Yeah, so a situation whereby you are ignoring it and innocently your partner is drifting away from you because he or she is innocently doing that thing. By the time you wake up from that slumber of yours, the rude shock of the reality that is going to hit you, I bet you are not going to recover from it from this lifetime. So trust me, try as much as possible not to ignore the signs. Try as much as possible not to ignore whatever it is that you're feeling at that moment. Yes, I know that jealousy is a very, 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 very terrible enemy that you wouldn't want to have in a relationship. But when jealousy starts to creep in or you begin to suspect your partner of some kind of foul play, try as much as possible not to ignore the red flag because you think that you trust your partner to an extent that he or she cannot do this. I talked about trust in my other video, but when I talked about trust, I did not say you should ignore the signs or ignore the red flag. So don't come here saying that, oh, I trust my partner, so I'm just going to ignore the situation. Trust your partner, and as much as possible, deal with the signs, deal with the red flags, deal with whatever it is that might just, cause you some pain in the future, cause your relationship some kind of, rude shock and all of that. Okay? So that's all I can talk about today, about the things that you don't want to be doing when you have any of these feelings in your body or in your mind. Trust me, relationships are wonderful, they are magical when it's going as we want it to go. And trust me again, your relationship is not an autopilot whereby it goes just where you want it to go by simply just hitting on the button. Is the steps that you actually take that would actually drive your relationship to where you want to. So I hope that every relationship out there works out for the good, works out for the best, and you make the most out of the time that you have with that person. Take it to where you want it to take it to. Take it wherever you want it to take it to. And wherever you want to take it to depends on you and depends on you and your partner. So till I come, I'm not going to stop there. So like I always say, we could dive into the comment section and talk about this. I want to hear from you guys what you feel about today's content, about today's topic. Let's head to the comment section. And of course, till I come your way again, it's bye.